Hello again, beautiful people. Welcome back to another Motivational Wednesday. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. If you're new to my channel, my name is Samantha. Thank you for clicking onto this video. I pray you'll stick around, check some of my videos out, and subscribe to my channel. So, beautiful people, this morning I'm going to talk about measures in giving and receiving, and I'm also going to share a couple testimonies of how I receive when I give. Yes, beautiful people, there are measures in giving and receiving. And I will be reading this morning from the Bible, from the book of Luke chapter 6, verse 38. Let's read. And it reads, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down and shaken together and running over, shall men give into your bosom. For with the same," listen to this morning, "for with the same measure that you give, it shall be measured to you again." With the same measure that you give. Meaning, if you're a stingy giver, you're going to receive a stingy blessing. This means if you're the type of person when you have a lot, you give. And when you give with a joyful heart. Beautiful people. The Bible is telling us this morning that with the same measure that you give, it is the same measure that the Lord is going to bless you. And let me share a few short testimonies with you this morning, beautiful people. I remember in November of 2019, we had our annual church building fund. And beautiful people, I remember giving $25,000 out of some money that I had to work on my house to my church. And I also asked, because it was our annual building meeting, we raised extra money, so it wasn't just my $25,000. I asked friends overseas, my boss, and other people, to give me some money so I can bring to my church, work on our church building. And beautiful people, let me tell you, last year, I remember going to my boss for some money. And she gave me a nice surprise. Now, listen, I gave $25,000 to my church. And I just know it was that seed that I sowed. I received that blessing. Last year, beautiful people, when I went to my boss for some money, I went to her, tell her that I needed my leave money to go and work on my house. And she blessed me with 100,000 Jamaican dollars. Let me tell you, you cannot lose when you give, and when you give with a willing heart, when you give with joy. And another testimony is when God tells you to do something, do it. Do it, beautiful people. I remember before the pandemic hit Jamaica, I was watching the news and I was seeing what was going on in the world, what was going on in China, and I realized that some places when the virus hit there, people ran out of food. So beautiful people, I started to store food. I wasn't living at my house that I built at the time. I was living with my mother. And so I started to store food because I said, what if I'm here and the virus break out in my community and there's a lockdown and I can't go home? I just want to know that food was there in the house, plenty food, so I don't have to worry about my family and stuff like that. And beautiful people, in 2020, I remember one weekend I went home and I was adding to my stock, adding to my groceries. And I heard a voice said, "Give such and such a bag of grocery." And people, I did not hesitate because that lady, I knew she would want something. And I packed up a bag of grocery and I sent it to her. And beautiful people, this kept on going. Every weekend that I went home, the Lord will tell me to bless somebody with a bag of grocery. And sometimes, even though I don't bring the groceries myself, because sometimes I have to send it, sometimes they come for it. And I remember one Sunday a lady came to my house for the groceries. And she said to me, listen this morning, beautiful people. She said, because they call me Megan in the country. So she said, Sister Megan, yesterday I was asking God. I was talking to God and I asked him, Lord, Where am I going to get my Sunday dinner? What am I going to eat on Sunday? And she said to me, she said, God bless you. And let me tell you something this morning, beautiful people. When the poor tells you that God bless you, let me tell you, it's a different kind of God bless you. When you give somebody something that has a need and they say unto you, God bless you, it is a different kind of God bless you. So obey the Spirit. If God tells you, bless that person with some money. If you go to church on a Sunday and the Lord said to you, buy some gas for that person, don't hesitate. And you might look over and you say, but that person don't look like, she's well dressed or he's well dressed. They don't look like they want some gas for their car. But be obedient, beautiful people, because God will not tell you to do something if it's not necessary. So be obedient. And the last testimony I'm going to share with you guys is I got some money a couple of weeks ago from a YouTuber. Her name is Pastor K, beautiful people. And in my last message here on YouTube that got short, I wanted to share these testimonies, but my video got cut off. Where I was telling you guys that there are blessings for those of us that give to the poor. And beautiful people, I remember I was on the road one Friday and I was passing a homeless man. This was before, I think it was a week before Pastor K blessed me. And he kept on stretching out his hands to people that were passing, and he was saying he's hungry and that he needed something to eat. And I remember after I reached where he was, I think I made maybe one or two steps, and then the Spirit said, you're going to pass him. He said he's hungry because, sometimes you're on the road, you are rushing. And sometimes you will ignore those people, not because you don't see that they have a need, but because sometimes we are rushing. And beautiful people, I remember turning back, and I went over by the patty shop and I blessed him. I gave him a patty and I gave him also a juice. And that same Friday, the supermarket that I shop, there's a blind man there, and I always try to give him even 100 Jamaican dollars. And the next week I was here, and I remember it was a Wednesday, and I was having a conversation, even the Wednesday, with my sister, and I was telling her about some frustrations that I was having here on YouTube. And the Wednesday night I went over by Pastor K's channel, and while I was watching her video, she said, because she does money giveaway sometimes on her channel, sometimes, not all the time. And when I support people, I'm not looking for anything, but God has a way, beautiful people, to touch somebody's heart at the right time to bless you. And when I was watching her video, she said, Many Hats is the winner for this month giveaway. And I was so happy because I really needed the money at the time. And she sent me $50. Look at that. She's in the States, beautiful people, and God touched her heart to bless me. Why? Because I'm blessing others. So, beautiful people, there are measures. There are measures in giving and receiving. And let me tell you, give to the poor. You can't lose when you give to the poor. And that is my motivation for today's Motivational Wednesday. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. I don't know why my phone is acting up, and I am going to upload this video even though it is acting up like this. Every Wednesday morning, beautiful people, whenever I'm talking about God, I have trouble with this phone. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. God bless you all.